girls, my name is Bethany Herway and I'm the Glamorous Housewife. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful cake that has the frosting baked right on top. That's coming up next here on the Glamorous Housewife. This cake is what I'm calling one-step cake because the frosting is baked right on top of the cake. There's just no need to let it cool, make your frosting, frost the cake. Hopefully, it's not too hot out and your frosting melts, it's not too cold and everything comes together. You just make it and you put it in the oven, it comes out and it looks beautiful. Now, this is part of a larger series of what I am calling Making It Modern, which I run on my blog, theglamouroushousewife.com, where I find a vintage recipe and then I modernize it using modern techniques that they didn't necessarily have back in the day. For example, with this recipe, it took a lot of time to cut the butter into the flour, whereas these days we can use a Cuisinart. So, I'm going to show you right now how I made this gorgeous one-step cake, and you can follow along and make it yourself at home. Let's get started. The first thing you need to do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Now you're going to place 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup sugar, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder in your Cuisinart. Cover and, press it a few times just to get everything blended. Now we're gonna add the butter. I put in 10 tablespoons of butter, which is just a little bit more than 1 stick of butter. Make sure it's cubed and cold. I like to just sort of toss the butter with the flour sugar mixture, but be careful because the blades are already inside your Cuisinart. Place the top on and pulse 10 times. Now check it. If you have big pieces of butter like that one, it means you need to keep going. It usually takes me about 20 pulses, so let's do 10 more. Okay, let's see what we've got. Perfect. You can see it's dry and crumbly, sort of like breadcrumbs. When you squeeze it, it should fall apart at this point. Now you're going to add your egg yolks, and what I should have done is put in my vanilla, but I forgot. Whoops! And just blend it a few times until everything is combined. Now when you take it out, it should come together. Pour the whole thing into the bottom of a springform pan. The springform makes it easier to take out when everything's all baked. Now carefully press it down so it's one solid mass. There we go. Now it's time to make the frosting. Here are 2 egg whites that I throw into my electric mixer and a big pinch of salt. I start on slow just to get it frothy, and then I turn it to a medium. Add 2 tablespoons brown sugar. Keep going until it looks like this. It's basically like a meringue. Now you're going to spread it on top of the unbaked cake that you just put in the bottom of your springform pan. As you can see, the egg whites are really nice and fluffy. Smooth it around until everything looks pretty. See? Now we're going to add the coconut topping. This is sweetened shredded coconut that's obviously not been toasted. Once you're done with your coconut, you're going to put it in your oven for 20 to 25 minutes. After your cake is all beautifully golden brown on top, all you have to do is take it out of the oven, let it cool for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then pop it out of its springform pan. I like to display it on this pretty cake stand, and then last but not least, I surround it with a few blossoms. I think it just gives sort of a glamorous look to it. And there you have it, one-step cake. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Glamorous Housewife. Be sure to subscribe because I put up a new video every Wednesday. The Glamorous Housewife, inspiration for living. Thanks, ladies. Bye.